The transmission came through on every major communication channel across human space. The image was clear. Commander Marcus Webb, captain of the civilian transport ship Horizon's Promise, bound and kneeling before a towering alien figure. War, Prince Thaxor of the Vorten hegemony addressed the camera with confidence. Humans of Earth and her colonies, I hold one of your own. Commander Marcus Webb, unharmed, for now. Thaxor's translator rendered his growling speech into flat, mechanical English. My demands are simple. 10 million credits. Transferred within 48 hours. Refuse, and I will execute this human. Then I will take another, and another, until you learn that Vorten warriors are not to be trifled with. Marcus looked directly at the camera. His face was bruised, but his eyes were clear. He mouthed something silently. The lip readers at Earth's Defense Ministry caught it immediately. Don't pay. The transmission ended. Across human space, the response was immediate and unanimous. The Secretary General of the United Earth Government called an emergency session. The debate lasted exactly 4 minutes. We will not negotiate with terrorists. We will not pay ransoms. We will not establish a precedent that kidnapping humans is profitable. The response was transmitted on the same channels Thaxor had used. War, Prince Thaxor. Earth's answer is no. We do not pay ransoms. Release Commander Webb immediately or face the consequences. In his fortress on the asteroid base, he'd claimed, Thaxor watched the transmission with disbelief. They refuse. His second in command, a scarred veteran named Corval, shifted uneasily. It appears so, War, Prince. But I have their citizen, a military officer. They'll just let him die. The transmission was clear. Thaxor looked at Marcus, who was sitting calmly in his cell, eyes closed as if meditating. Human, Thaxor approached the cell. Your government has abandoned you. They refuse to pay. You will die because your own people don't value your life? Marcus opened his eyes slowly. They value my life just fine, War, Prince. That's why they won't pay. That makes no sense, doesn't it? Marcus stood, walking to the energy barrier of his cell. You're new to dealing with humans, aren't you? I have conquered 12 systems, not human systems. Marcus smiled grimly. Let me explain something about human psychology, War, Prince. We don't negotiate with hostage takers. Ever, it's a hard rule. Been in place for centuries. But you'll die, maybe. Probably, actually. Marcus shrugged. But you know what happens after you kill me? I take another hostage. Make them pay. No, Marcus's voice went cold. After you kill me, you become humanity's highest priority target. Every ship, every station, every intelligence service, all focused on finding you. And when they do, and they will, they'll make sure you regret ever hearing the word human. Thaxor laughed. Empty threats from a dead man, are they? Let me tell you a story, War, Prince. About a ship called the Maersk Alabama. I don't care about your stories, you should. April 2009. Somali pirates captured the Maersk Alabama, a cargo ship. Took the captain hostage, man named Richard Phillips. Demanded ransom. Marcus continued. The United States Navy responded. Sent warships. Negotiated for 4 days while Phillips was held in a lifeboat. Then, when the pirates threatened to execute him, 3 Navy SEALs took simultaneous shots from a moving ship at a moving lifeboat. 3 shots. 3 pirates. All dead, Phillips rescued. Bought your point. My point is that Earth didn't pay the ransom. They sent warriors instead. They became a message to every other pirate in that ocean. Taking American hostages ends badly for you. Thaxor's mandibles clicked. That's one story. Want another? 1976. Entebbe, Uganda. Terrorists hijacked a plane with 248 passengers. Demanded prisoner release and ransom. Israel's response. Sent commandos 4,000 kilometers to Uganda. Raided the airport. Killed all the terrorists. Rescued 102 of 106 hostages. The mission was so legendary it still taught in military academies. 2 to 50 years later, Marcus walked closer to the barrier. 1980. Iranian revolutionaries took 52 American diplomats hostage. 444 days of captivity. America didn't pay. Didn't negotiate. Eventually, economic pressure and military threat forced their release. Every single hostage came home. You're telling me humans never pay ransoms. I'm telling you that paying ransoms creates more hostages. If you pay me out today, you'll be here with another hostage tomorrow. And another. And another. It becomes profitable. A business model. Marcus's expression hardened. So we don't pay ever. We'd rather lose one person than encourage the kidnapping of hundreds? That's cold. That's math. That's strategy. That's looking past the immediate crisis to the long-term consequences. Marcus smiled without humor. It's also a promise. A very specific promise to people like you. What promise? That taking a human hostage will cost you more than you can possibly gain from it. Thaxor turned away. You're bluffing. Your government won't risk war over one person, won't they? Marcus laughed. War, Prince. Let me tell you what's happening right now. Earth's Defense Ministry has already identified this asteroid. They know exactly where we are. Intelligence services are analyzing every communication you've sent, tracking your ships, identifying your allies. Impossible. They're also preparing a military response. Not to rescue me. I'm probably dead by the time they get here. But to send you a message. To make an example of you. Marcus sat back down. See, humans have this concept. It's called pour encourager les autres. It means to encourage the others. When someone crosses a line like taking human hostages, we don't just punish them. We destroy them so completely that everyone else learns not to try the same thing. You're one person. I'm not just one person. I'm a precedent. I'm a test case. I'm you asking humanity. What happens when someone takes your people hostage? Marcus's eyes were hard. And humanity is about to answer that question in a way that'll echo across the galaxy. Thaxor felt something unfamiliar. Uncertainty. Carval, he called to his second. Status of the human fleet. War Prince. 3 ships have entered this sector. Destroyer class. They're maintaining distance, but they're not leaving. 3 ships against my entire base? They wouldn't dare. War Prince. Corval's voice was strained. I've been reviewing historical data on human military operations. The prisoner is correct. Humans have a documented history of refusing ransoms and executing rescue operations regardless of cost. He pulled up files. Operation Entebbe. Operation Neptune Spear, the killing of terrorist leader Osama bin Laden, 10 years after his attack on human cities. Operation Barras, British SAS rescue of 6 hostages in Sierra Leone against 1,000 enemies. Operation Chevan de Hudentar, Peruvian Special Forces rescued 72 hostages from a 4-month siege. Your point, my point, War Prince, is that humans don't value individual lives over policy. They'll sacrifice their own people to maintain the principle that hostage-taking doesn't work. Marcus nodded approvingly. Your second is smarter than you are, War Prince. He understands? Understands what? That you've already lost. The moment you took me, you started a clock. Earth isn't deciding whether to pay. They're deciding how hard to hit you when they come. Thaxor slammed his fist against the wall. Then I'll kill you now! Send them your body as a message! Go ahead, Marcus said calmly. That just makes their response harsher. See, right now I'm alive. They might show some restraint in the rescue attempt. Might try to limit civilian casualties in your base. Might even let some of your forces surrender. He looked up at Thaxor. But if you kill me, then it's not a rescue anymore. It's retribution. And humans are very, very good at retribution. We invented the word vendetta in multiple languages. We have entire cultures built around the concept of revenge. You're trying to scare me. I'm trying to educate you. There's a difference. Marcus stood again. Here's what's going to happen. Those 3 destroyers, they're just the visible ones. There are probably stealth ships already positioned around this asteroid. Special forces are probably already planning their breach points. In the next 24 hours, you'll get one more transmission from Earth. A final warning. Surrender me peacefully and you might survive this. You'll be prosecuted, imprisoned, probably spend decades in a human prison. But you'll live. And if I refuse, then they come in. Hard, fast. Professional. They'll prioritize my rescue if I'm still alive. But they'll absolutely complete the mission even if I'm not. And when they're done, this base will be a debris field. Your forces will be dead or captured, and your name will become a cautionary tale told to every would-be hostage taker in the galaxy. Thaxor was silent. You thought taking a human would make you rich. Marcus continued. You thought we'd pay because we're soft, compassionate, value individual life, he smiled. We are compassionate, we do value life. But we value the lives of future potential hostages more than we value mine. That's the calculation. Cold, mathematical, strategic. So what do? Thaxor asked, and there was something defeated in his voice. You let me go. You surrender. You accept punishment. And you live. That's humiliating. It's survival. Marcus corrected. Pride is expensive, War Prince. Ask yourself if your ego is worth dying for. Corval spoke quietly. War Prince, I recommend we accept the humans' advice. I've read more reports. Every entity that has taken humans hostage and refused to negotiate has ended badly. The humans don't bluff about this? Thaxor looked at Marcus. At his calm, certain expression. At the complete lack of fear despite being a captive facing death. You really believe they'll come for you. Even knowing you might be dead, I know they will. Because this isn't about me. It's about every human who comes after me. If they pay you or let you get away with this, then every human in space becomes a target. Every ship becomes a potential payday for anyone with guns and a ship. Marcus walked to the barrier. So they'll make an example of you. They'll show the galaxy what happens when you take human hostages. And 50 years from now, when some other idiot considers kidnapping a human for ransom, someone will tell them about War Prince Thaxor, about how he thought he could profit from human life, about what happened to him, and they'll decide it's not worth it. The fortress shook. Alarms blared. War, Prince! A soldier burst in. Human, 6 more just appeared! They're surrounding us! Thaxor looked at Marcus. This is your rescue. No, Marcus said calmly. This is your last chance to surrender. The rescue comes later. This is them getting into position. A transmission came through. The same Secretary General, War, Prince Thaxor. You have 1 hour to release Commander Webb unharmed and surrender yourself and your forces. This is not a negotiation. This is notification. 1 hour. The channel closed. Thaxor stood frozen. His entire life, he'd won through strength, through making enemies too afraid to fight. But humans didn't work that way. Corval, he said quietly. Open a channel. Prepare to surrender. War, Prince. Do it, now. Marcus nodded with something like respect. Smart choice. You would have let them risk a battle? Risk your life, of course. Because that's what humans do. We protect the future even if it costs us the present. 30 minutes later, Marcus Webb walked out of his cell free. Thaxor and his forces were taken into custody. No shots were fired. The operation was logged as Hostage Recovery Operation Thaxor Incident, and it became required reading in every military academy, human and alien alike. Because it taught a simple lesson. Humans don't negotiate with hostage takers. They make examples of them. And War, Prince Thaxor, who thought he could profit from human compassion, learned that human compassion and human strategy were not mutually exclusive. They valued Marcus's life. They valued it so much they were willing to risk it to ensure no one else would be taken. That, the galaxy learned, was the most terrifying kind of compassion. The kind that looks past one person to protect millions. The kind that refuses to compromise even when it hurts. The kind that turns hostage takers into cautionary tales. Across the galaxy, would-be kidnappers read the reports and made quiet decisions to find other targets. Because taking a human hostage wasn't profitable anymore. It was suicide.